The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway from Heinz Field. Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
Now Ben going to give this one to Conner. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Always a pleasure.
Picked off around the 27. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick 6. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
By the Falcons.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. 38 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early and give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Ebron with it over the middle. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, first and 10 after roughing the passer. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a second down.
Smith-Schuster. A 7-yard gain.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3.
49-yard line.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Darquez Denard. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 37. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. Looking deep for Julio. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. They go play action with Ryan. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
They start the drive with Connor. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Brings up 3rd down.
And now he spiked it on 3rd down. I don't know if he heard a whistle. There was no whistle. He just got up and spiked it. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line.
At their own 42-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Yeah, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Ryan's pass. There you go. Intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he will finally be taken out of bounds as it's an enormous play there on the final snap of this first quarter. We're 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And that'll bring up second down. Well, CD, taking a step back, we're 2 weeks into the season, and you already kind of get the sense that teams are beginning to separate themselves. If you look at the 2-0 teams, and remember, 62% of 2-0 teams ultimately make the playoffs. But Baltimore, Kansas City, Green Bay, Seattle, just to name a few, they look really good.
They certainly do, and in a lot of ways, those are the teams that we expected to be 2-0 at this part of the season. I mean, it's no major surprise. But how about Arizona being 2-0 as well? People talked about them getting better in the offseason. I don't know how many of us thought they'd beat San Francisco in the opener. They did. Then they jumped on Washington this week, and they are 2-0 as well.
Now, on the other side of the spectrum, we know the not good news about teams that start 0-2. The Giants and the Jets both there. Detroit, Cincinnati. So, again, maybe some more predictable names.
Certainly, they are predictable. Again, not a surprise for most of them, although many thought Detroit would be improved at this point. But how about a team that's 0-2 that went through a little bit of a difficult offseason like the rest of us, but even more so because of players being gone? How about Houston being 0-2 right now? They won the division last year. I think that's a little bit unexpected.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And all the way down to the 7-yard line.
Complete to Calvin.
A big-time play there for the Falcons. 42 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley there to make the grab. And the Falcons push further out in front. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Throwing again, Ryan. And he's got it. So they try for 2, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further.
Nothing.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Just like so, you know. It's okay. 3 times you get, buddy.
And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now.
Very long attempt.
This guy is crazy. What is going on?
And boy, again, they won't get this off in time. And that'll set them back 5. Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Leroy Reynolds leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. On 2nd and a long way to go. Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And it's fielded at the 34. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And the Falcon 1st down.
Looking downfield for Jones. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Going right back to Jones. This time the connection made. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again, Ryan. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And my goodness, this is incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Here we go, here we go.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Incomplete. Intended for Juju Smith-Schuster. Brings up a 3rd down and 10.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let's bring it.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. Looking deep here for Ebron. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to Orlando to check in with...
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Play action, Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick.
Well, let's go back to the start of the season talk, Charles. We talked about some 2-0 and 0-2 teams. You mentioned Arizona, maybe a good surprise. Houston, a bad surprise. Any other teams a surprise at this point to you?
Well, I think that I would look at the Los Angeles Rams right out of the gate at home against Dallas, opening their new stadium. Many thought Dallas would.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
49-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action now. Ryan escaping the pressure right. This complete to Jones. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And when these two are clicking, Ryan and Jones, and we've seen multiple hookups here in this one, Usually their offense is clicking, and that's why they're winning.
Yeah, they tend to follow what those two do. They set the tone for either a good day or maybe a tougher day. And right now, we're seeing an excellent game because those two are finding each other. No matter where on the field, they're making plays.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Ryan will throw again. And this is going to be intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, CD, unfortunately, some somber news across the league in Week 2 coming from New England Patriots running back James White because his way in that accident, and his mother Lisa also sustained critical injuries. So it was obviously a tough one. James White did not play in the game on Sunday, but we did see the outpouring of support from around the National Football League and how this really is one big family.
Yeah, he was really embraced, as you mentioned, by the National Football League. We saw social posts from plenty of players around the league, including Tom Brady, former teammate of his with the New England Patriots. We saw an outpouring in terms of, other guys around the league. J.J. Watt, who played with him in college at Wisconsin. And not only that, how about his own teammates? Devin McCourty scored a touchdown against Seattle and ran up and told the camera, "Hey, 2-8, we're thinking about you. We love you." And the rest of the guys chimed in from there. And the Patriots organization offered to fly him home on the private jet. He stayed with his team, stayed in their embrace, and now he has to go and face the difficult task of saying goodbye to his dad and tending to his mom. But he's got plenty of support from around the league, from the Patriots, and, of course, his own family.
Looking deep here for Ebron. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
At their own 38.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, "Don't do that again." What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Hey, CD, let's peer ahead to Week 3 on the NFL slate. I'm looking down at the schedule here, seeing what catches my eye. How about the Rams at Buffalo? That's a pretty good game. A couple of 2-0 teams. Dallas at Seattle. What else do you have?
Well, how about Green Bay at New Orleans on Sunday night? We always talk about quarterback matchups that we'd love to see more of. You don't get to see very often Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, and this could be the last time if Drew Brees indeed heads towards retirement after this season. And how about the one that's going to cap off the weekend? Kansas City at Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how big is that one, right? Because there are a number of us who think that this is a preview of the AFC Championship game. But I want to go back to one you mentioned, the Rams and Buffalo. Two quarterbacks that continue to have to prove their greatness, or even that they should have the job. Jared Goff with the Rams, and of course, Josh Allen with Buffalo. Both of them off to really hot starts and looking good.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
At the 42.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. And he's wrapped up. Taken down, back at the 25. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Steelers, nothing.
What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well, because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Roethlisberger. The quick slant caught. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Connor. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. Now Ryan back into his end zone. A slant to Jones. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards.
Falcons.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tech McKinley able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
A good pickup there at 22. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Incomplete.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a front handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come in.
And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Here we go. Here we go. Come on, guys. Let's go. 59.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. It's a gain of 34. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right cover.
And my goodness, another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good.
7-yard line.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Intended for Eric Ebron.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
10.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Advance McDonald. Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
For Vance McDonald, incomplete. It's now 4th down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. One last shot for Roethlisberger. And now here is another interception. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And he will be out of bounds here with zeros on the clock as this ball game is over. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
I just won.